So we now have the Echo Brain. The Echo Brain is based on three things. The chat. You'll be used to seeing this with like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, literally any kind of language model. The brain and the settings. Now in the settings, there'll be a separate video on how you do this, but you can connect it to your Go High Level using your API key, your location ID, and a calendar ID, because the personalized demos will actually sync the data of the conversation, and there'll be a video of this, and then self-sell it into your high-level calendar to then close the actual business on your call without you having to touch anything, and you can send automations in Go High Level with everything from the triggers within the widget, the personalized chat widget that you send out. That's done in here. And again, set video on that. We then have the Echo Brain. Now the Echo Brain has a bunch of sort of proprietary information from myself that's loaded into the chat when it's needed. And then you will see here I have an ICP. So if I want to generate an ICP, this usually takes anywhere between 7 and 10 minutes. It uses Claude 4.6 with extended thinking. And on the back end, there's a system prompt, and it looks at my existing ICP of my business as a sort of like expectation, and then it matches it with the system prompt, so that then whatever niche that you want to aim for, let's say it's HVAC, solar, Mesval, wherever you want, it's going to break it down into really clear subsegments to the level of my ICP. The reason we want that, as I said before, is that your ICP is absolutely key on your creative output. So it always wants to talk to your ICP, and I'm going to show you how that works in a second. You also spy your other ads or competitor ads to pull in sort of creative ideas and direction and unique concepts into your own marketing. And again, all this is kind of saved into the brain and referenced and pulled into the chat when necessary. So if I go ahead and go to this chat just to kind of show how it works, if I say, can you provide me a breakdown of the first sub-segment of my solar ICP, and you stop it wherever you need to. Now let's say I now want to use the learnings from the high-level Pro Tools side in terms of the way they're using their hooks or their angles or their creative or whatever it may be. All I have to do is simply ask it to cross-pollinate, to take what it learned from high-level Pro Tools and stick it into my niche, right? So I'm going to say, can you create me 4 ad concepts for this subsegment based on the learnings from HLPT. And this, by the way, like, is exactly how I use my approach for like Endless Creative. So what do they do that we're borrowing, okay? So pain first hooks, specific credibility, contrast storytelling, before and afters, native feelings, short punchy copy, soft CTAs. So, concept 1, the roller coaster. It then has a sketchbook ad. It's also got the same thing for the... Okay, so what it's done is saying the sketchbook ad, right? Now I can break this down a bit more specifically, because it's kind of what it's done here is, my point thing has been a bit basic, is I can actually dive more specific into a concept that I like. So this is like quite good inspiration, right? I can look at these, see what I like, and then really dig deeper into one a bit more, okay? So let's just go through. Now this roller coaster is like up and down, like your revenue swinging, right? So you see here the sketchbook is like a jagged line up and down your revenue right now. Now I won't go into that too much, but then it's taking that same concept and completely put it into a different creative by saying an iPhone notes, right? So when we talk about the iPhone notes, we're talking about this over here. Okay? So you see here, why is your solar revenue swings every 15% every month, and then this will be the checklist, right? And then it's got your actual script. Now, if I just say, for example, I like this roller coaster narration, I like that angle, right? For the roller coaster concept, can you break down exactly what the sketchbook would look like so I can prepare it prior filming? Perhaps you can lay out. Draw one straight line across the page, red, your revenue. Draw a horizontal line, survival zone. Every time you dip below this line, you're not running a business, you're surviving. No paycheck, no forecast, just hoping the next one saves you. Draw one clean, steady climbing line above the dotted line. Okay, so it's here, right? Label this the green floor. This is what it looks like when you build a floor first. It's not perfect, but it never drops into survival mode. Every month is above the line, and that means you can forecast, plan, pay yourself. Write two words at the bottom of the page, black large box, floor first. Most solar companies try to scale before they build a floor. That's why roller coasters never stop. You want to see how we fix this? Like, yeah, just click below. Yeah, this is really good. But you see my point, right? Okay, now, same concept, talking head. So my point being is, what's really powerful here is we can create endless concepts that are truly distinctively different. Now I'm pretty sure I've actually referenced Cole Gordon in this AI brain, who's a really good marketer. He does like a placing setters or setters in your business so you don't pay. But I'll show you that in a sec. Filming the iPhone notes. Oh, why did I put talking head? I mean iPhone notes, my bad. So the iPhone notes, there you go, there it is. You need to put your head here. And then it's got like the on-camera script. Done. All done. Powerful, and that's how the chat works. So you'll be able to use this to write your ad copy, create your concepts, write outbound emails. It's really, as I just said, like an agency language bot rather than having to prompt around Claude. It uses our token, so you just get rebuilt that way. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.